For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Trinidad and Tobago's police commissioner has been arrested and detained, but she has not been charged. That's the Twin Island Republic's first female police commissioner. And also during his appearance on the Newsmaker Live broadcast this week, Dr. Andre Matthew, who is thinking about contesting the island's next general election, made an observation that I am probably sure, I'm certain that you would agree with. All that and more between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon, right here on the world's most monitored talk show, and that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page, as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. You can call a little bit later at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And Amanda will be going through some of your comments in the chat room as we welcome you and hope you're having yourself a fantastic Friday and you're all set for the weekend. The Trinidad Express is reporting that on Thursday, that country's police commissioner, and she is the first female commissioner of Trinidad and Tobago. Her name is Ulla Haywood Christopher. She was taken into police custody and was questioned in the high-profile investigation that has been ongoing for 10 months and 24 hours after former SSA Director Major Roger Best was detained late on Wednesday evening by police officers at his home after a warrant was executed there. Senior police sources have told the Express they were investigating who signed off on the documents to allow the importation of the high-powered weapons that later found their way to the SSA. Now, the SSA, what are its functions? To guide the formulation and implementation of national policies on illicit trafficking of dangerous drugs and related criminal matters. And the SSAA is the Strategic Services Agency. The police they've just held a press conference. The High Command of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force convened a press conference which ended just about half an hour to 45 minutes ago. And a statement was issued during that particular exercise by the Deputy Police Commissioner, a female, and that is Suzette Martin. Let's hear from her.
Regarding the Commissioner's the offense that you...
I stand before you to address an important matter concerning the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. As you are aware, the Commissioner of Police, Ms. Erla Herwood Christopher, has been arrested and detained along with ex-SSA Director Roger Best over the past few days. We understand that this has raised significant public concern, and we are committed to providing as much information as possible while respecting the ongoing investigation. At this time, an active investigation is proceeding, and I must stress that it is still in progress. We are working closely with the Director of Public Prosecution and the relevant authorities to ensure that due process is followed and that all legal protocols are observed. As this investigation is still ongoing and is at a sensitive stage, we are unable to provide specific details about the nature of the arrest. It is important that we allow the investigation to unfold without interference. I ask you for your understanding and patience as we work to ensure that all aspects of this matter are addressed thoroughly and fairly. I want to reassure the public that the arrest of the Commissioner of Police does not affect the day-to-day operations of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Our officers remain committed to serving and protecting the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and the executive, our Assistant Commissioners of Police, are also here with us today, and we will continue to function without disruption. We are fully operational, and the safety and security of the public remain our top priority. The integrity of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service as an institution remains strong, and we continue to uphold the highest standard of professionalism. The public should expect continued services from the police, and safety and security efforts will remain our priority. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is committed to transparency and accountability. We will continue to provide updates as appropriate, but we must be mindful of not compromising the investigation or legal proceedings. Our duty is to ensure that justice is served fairly and without bias, and we will do so with integrity.
And that was the Twin Island Republic's Deputy Police Commissioner, and her name is Suzette Martin, speaking moments ago during a press conference of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service following the arrest and detention of Police Commissioner Erla Herwood Christopher. That arrest taking place yesterday, and it's into the importation of 2 sniper rifles for the SSA in 2023. And what they're questioning is the procedure that was utilized in purchasing that particular, those 2 rifles, and whether they went through the correct process and permission was given through the right channels. Now, this certainly would rock the Twin Island Republic. Already, the lack of trust in the police. There is a state of emergency that has been enforced now over the last few months. I think from December of last year. A serious surge in criminal activity in the country already. Some 33 homicides so far for this year. Questions have been posed to one Corporal Zahir Ali of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force, of course, regarding the arrest of the Police Commissioner, Earl Haywood Christopher.
Regarding the commissioner's the offense that she would have been charged with, I know she's been arrested, so it must be on suspicion of some offense. Are you able to say what the offense is that she has been arrested on suspicion of?
Again, thank you for the question. At this stage, we're investigating the unlawful procurement of firearms and accessories, and that will take us into the offense of misbehavior in public office, but it is not exhaustive. As the investigation continues, we may be looking at other offenses, and that will be subject to a consultation, or I should say continued consultation with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions.
Good morning, Corporal Ali. The offense of unlawful possession, I believe is what you said, of a firearm.
Unlawful procurement.
Procurement, sorry. Was that the alleged offense that triggered this entire investigation, or was there another offense that triggered the entire investigation?
Permit me to remain with my previous response in terms of the unlawful procurement, which triggered the investigation, and the offense that I identified. I'd like to keep it there for now.
DCP Martin would have said the Commissioner of Police is arrested and detained. There have been some sort of confusion over whether she's arrested or whether she's detained. As a legal officer, could you identify what is the difference between the two? And also, specifically, is she arrested or detained? And also for Mr. Best, is he arrested or detained?
At this time, for confirmation, just to re-emphasize, Ms. Haywood Earl Christopher and Mr. Roger Best both are arrested and continue to be detained for the purposes of the investigation. As it relates to an arrest, in law, there must be legal authority to deprive someone's liberty and freedom of movement. And I've just identified the suspicion or the reasonable cause in relation to the misbehavior in public office which has been investigated. And under the Criminal Law Act, Chapter 1004 gives her that power and authority to deprive freedom of movement and liberty for the purposes of conducting the investigations. The use of the word detain is where that person, after their right to liberty and movement has been deprived, at the inception, the person continues to be under the restriction and her rights continue to be restricted for the purposes of the investigation.
Just so there from Corporal Zahir Ali of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, speaking earlier today during a press conference to update reporters and journalists, and by extension the rest of the nation, regarding the arrest of Police Commissioner Earl Haywood Christopher, and looking at the unlawful procurement of 2 sniper rifles, and that is for the SSA. And the SSA is the Strategic Services Agency of Trinidad and Tobago. And it is basically, it has been set up to guide the formulation and implementation of national policies on illicit trafficking of dangerous drugs and related criminal matters. So, there's a sense based on this latest incident in the Twin Island Republic that no one is above the law. And unfortunately, that is not the impression that we are getting in St. Lucia. It will appear there's one law for the rich and powerful, and there is another law for the poor. Those people are not so prominent. Those people are uneducated. Those people who do not have the wherewithal to challenge the legal system by taking lawyers and also by presenting themselves before a court, not in a vulnerable position, having lawyer after lawyer and challenging the system as should be done. But in Trinidad and Tobago, it appears of late, irrespective of your status in life, irrespective of your position, you will be arrested in connection with, on the suspicion of certain crimes. And normally, it would have to be on the basis of the police having sufficient evidence in the first place to arrest a police commissioner and to detain that individual. So we'll continue to monitor this particular development over in Trinidad and Tobago. In the case of St. Lucia, when it involves prominent and so-called powerful individuals, what we continue to hear, that matter is under investigation, under investigation, under investigation, and before you know it, it is literally swept under the carpet, and it is never ever resolved. It never comes to a logical conclusion whereby that person has been acquitted or that person has been charged in connection with a particular crime. That thing would just disappear into thin air, and it is never concluded. That is in the case of St. Lucia. We have an Integrity Commission set up in 1998, and we've been speaking about this for a while now on this broadcast, over several years now. One, the Prime Minister who did establish the Integrity Commission later said does not have enough teeth, and subsequently no attempt has been made to ensure that that particular institution was sufficiently armed to effectively carry out the function for which it was set up in the first place. And it still up to today lacks teeth. It also lacks members to man that body, because the Integrity Commission has been without individuals to conduct its operations directly as of March of 2024. Let us see how long it will take for the relevant authorities to appoint members for the Integrity Commission. Should consist of at least 4 individuals, and should be at least an attorney and also an accountant. Other developments that we are following. In a moment, you'll be hearing from Dr. Andrew Matthew, this guy who appeared on the DBS program Newsmaker Live on Wednesday of this week. And as I said earlier on, as maybe some of you, I know that you did not agree with some of the comments that he made, but I'm sure that the clip that I played, that I have extracted for today, that you will concur with him with regard to some of the comments that he made. But let's listen to the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Shastney. That clip extracted from a press conference he convened this week, and he focuses on the GPH agreement.
It is my clear understanding, and I have evidence to substantiate that the Ministry of Finance, technical staff, advised the government not to do the deal with GPH. And that is when it was at $6.50. That's how much we were collecting before, $6.50. $1.50 was going to solid waste, $2.50 was going to SLASPA, and $2.50 was going to the government of St. Lucia. In fact, the Ministry of Finance said it would be better for the government of St. Lucia to forego its $2.50 and allow SLASPA to get $5, because with the $5, they can more than cover the cost of the loan, of the $18 million loan, and they would have had enough money over the years to do the development themselves. And let's understand, it is SLASPA who built Point Seraphin. It is the government of St. Lucia who built the Vendors Arcade. It is SLASPA who built Place Carénage. So there was nothing that's in this proposal that the government of St. Lucia, either through SLASPA or a different entity, has not done themselves. Not a part of capacity. So the recent announcement that the head tax in January went from $6.50 to $12.50, where $10 now is going to go to GPH, $1 is going to the government of St. Lucia, and $1.50 is going to go to solid waste, is horrifying and reveals the scam and the level of the corruption that has taken place. Why on earth, if the government of St. Lucia was prepared to go to $12.50, so imagine in that $12.50, the $1.50 for solid waste, government of St. Lucia could have still gotten its $2.50, and SLASPA would have gotten $9. So you're talking about, in 40 years' time, over $400 million US. And to Minister Joseph's point, they could have done everything, including they could have built the cruise ship terminal in View Fort. What was the necessity? Why would you have given away all of this money?
The leader of the parliamentary opposition. Now, if what he's saying there is true, and you listening to this broadcast, you are watching, and you're a businessman, would you have taken on this particular deal to have somebody else take over your business, lease your business to that individual, and for that person to be accruing that level of profit, financial gains, when you could have just taken a loan and you could have just gone on to expand your ports? You would not have been limited to Port Castries and Port V4, Port Soufrière, the Soufrière port, and you would have been able to expand, rejuvenate, what have you, upgrade the V4 port. We put it to you, members of the St. Lucian public, and those of you in particular who are in the diaspora. 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. The lines are open. Want to hear from you. And let me turn my attention to Amanda and, of course, the folks in the chat room. What are they saying, ma'am? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon, NewsSpinners. Someone says the people have a right to question the government about everything, and they also have a right to speculate where there are no answers to the question. Another comment, that's a good example to our politicians and those in authority that no one is above the law. Someone says, wow, in St. Lucia alone, we don't have laws for everyone. We only have laws for the small man. A NewsSpinner says, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Crime in high places, starting from the top, take each and every one down, blue-collar crime. Someone says, Tim, you are the best. Thank you for your good works. Lucians, you have a lot of work to do. Another comment reads, in St. Lucia, we would have been verbally abused for questioning such a matter instead of getting an investigation. Another comment reads, they boasting about many cruise ships with no benefits to St. Lucians. Shake my head. Someone says, if that journalist was asking those questions to St. Lucia's Prime Minister, that journalist would be attacked and painted as a UWP operative, and none of his questions would be answered. That's it, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. We'll have another update in just a few minutes. We have a call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Tim, good afternoon.
Hi. Good afternoon to you, caller.
That's the PRO for Micoud South.
The United Lucas Party group?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a member of the constituency branch PRO.
So you have something to say regarding developments in that constituency?
Both in the constituency and that was made by your guest on Wednesday night. Now, yesterday, I tried a bit of breath and I really couldn't get your program. So, by the way, I had to listen. You know, when your Dr. Matthew, there was a question that was asked, and that they asked him between the current Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition, and he said almost like they're the same. Am I right? Now, and he go as far as saying that there was corruption in the United Workers' Party, although that was addressed, but I have my personal take on that.
No, what he said is that the people have been saying.
Now, the problem I have with him, he said the people. Now, based on what I got from him, he wants to enter the arena. Am I right?
Well, you listened to the broadcast, didn't you?
Yes, but
you did.
He want to contest as an independent, okay? Now, if you want to contest, and he said things are not right currently, presently, in St. Lucia, why don't you come with a good plan instead of go with the very same thing we are often here every day, corruption, and we cannot get anybody pay for the corruption that we are claiming. Am I speaking the truth? That's what we are. We always say that, and we not get in. There is a huge difference between the leadership of Alan Chasney and this current leadership. Let me just say one of the examples. Alan Chasney, when he was Prime Minister, there were a lot of pertinent things that have bread and butter to the people of St. Lucia. He went to Parliament The margin was 11-6 and debated it in Parliament. Alan Chasney would never take the Port of St. Lucia, Castries, and Soufrière and then just give it away to a foreign company to make money. Alan Chasney would not sit in as Prime Minister and allowed this potential development land that is in Castries by the port there to be almost like given away to somebody. That is not going to happen. Alan Chasney would have finished with HIA, a redevelopment project, and by now we will have a state-of-the-art airport. When it's raining, passengers would not have to stay on the terminal, sorry, and until the rainy season stops to go on board that aircraft. That is costing, the Americans have complained that, the management of those airlines. That is a pain. They don't like that. We need to do difference from that. Alan Chasney would have by now give us a state-of-the-art hospital. And let me make it a little bit compare with the constituency that Alan Chasney represents. Everybody from that constituency would tell you the differences they saw in that constituency. Even, may his soul rest in peace, the late Asin James could not match, and even the late Sojourn, with what Alan Chasney do to that constituency in terms of infrastructural work. Our playing field today, which is presently right now hosting veteran football on the light every night these days, we have traffic jam right here in Deriso. That is the work Alan Chasney do to that constituency. Multipurpose center, brand new road, concrete road, playing field, and even the improve on the health center we have in Deriso that was dilapidated. Anybody could have go there and do what they want. Alan Chasney fence that place and put proper equipment, including cameras at the health center. And finally, Alan Chasney would have never sit idly by and allowed a minister to go as far as not performing when it comes to the health aspect of this country, to put it in such a mess, and sit there and go to the media and say the minister is doing a good job. I don't believe Alan would do that. Never. And that's meaning the current Minister of Health that we have there presently with health is in a mess in St. Lucia. And for the first time in the history of St. Lucia have never felt such a deplorable and I mean, it is just in a magic ocean there, and you wonder, that person that's sick, there is somebody that's sick in my constituency. The person is refused to go to the hospital. Why? And everybody thought when you have certain illness, that is the best place that you should go. But you know what the person said? I'd rather stay home and die a peaceful death. You know? So these things, Alan Chasney would never sit and allow these things to happen. And then now to knock it and say the minister is doing a fantastic job. You cannot boast. And I said once on a program, it's like this administration wants every St. Lucian to be like them and to boast and to say they are doing a good job. Let the people judge you and do not run in front and boast and judge your own self. I thank you, Mr. Poleon.
Thank you so much for calling. This individual says is the PRO of the United Workers' Party's Miku South constituency group. Let's continue with your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Now, a critic of the leader of the opposition says via WhatsApp, wow, this GPH thing is insane, and I agree with the leader of the opposition on this one. Once again, wow, this GPH thing is insane, and I agree with the leader of the opposition on this one. Again, if you're just joining us, let's play the clip of the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Chasney, speaking on the GPH deal.
It is my clear understanding, and I have evidence to substantiate that the Ministry of Finance, technical staff, advised the government not to do the deal with GPH. And that is when it was at $6.50. That's how much we were collecting before, $6.50. $1.50 was going to solid waste, $2.50 was going to SLASPA, and $2.50 was going to the government of St. Lucia. In fact, the Ministry of Finance said it would be better for the government of St. Lucia to forego its $2.50 and allow SLASPA to get $5, Because with the $5, they can more than cover the cost of the loan, of the $18 million loan. And they would have had enough money over the years to do the development themselves. And let's understand, it is SLASPA who built Point Seraphin. It is the government of St. Lucia who built the Vendors Arcade. It is SLASPA who built Place Carénage. So there was nothing that's in this proposal that the government of St. Lucia, either through SLASPA or a different entity, has not done themselves. Not a part of capacity. So the recent announcement that the head tax in January went from $6.50 to $12.50, where $10 now is going to go to GPH, $1 is going to the government of St. Lucia, and $1.50 is going to go to solid waste, is horrifying and reveals the scam and the level of the corruption that has taken place. Why on earth, if the government of St. Lucia was prepared to go to $12.50, so imagine in that $12.50, the $1.50 for solid waste, government of St. Lucia could have still gotten its $2.50, and SLASPA would have gotten $9. So you're talking about in 40 years' time, over $400 million US. And to Minister Joseph's point, they could have done everything, including they could have built the cruise ship terminal in View Fort. What was the necessity? Why would you have given away all of this money?
That's the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Chastney. 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says, do you know that the cruise ship that they are bragging about are of no good? Carry out a survey. Everyone at Point Seraphin is complaining. These ships do not bring good business for tour operators like us and taxi drivers. This is madness. Everything is upside down. A WhatsApp message. We have a WhatsApp call right now. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good day, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
So when we were saying that SLP cannot manage, people thought it was a joke. Tim, every major thing in this country, the SLP government is trying to get it off their hands and into the hand of somebody else to manage for them, because they do not know how to handle these major projects, these major, things in the country. Okay, it's the same thing. Look at the airport. The airport is at a standstill right now. All you have to do is allow the company to continue doing its work. Okay, all you had to do was allow Fresh Start to complete the bottom floor of the St. Jude's building. All you had to do was to allow, the cruise ships to build the cruise port as, it had to be done, So because of all the deals that they've made with those companies, Tim, and I will not say that they accepted campaign monies from them, because I don't know. But when you see the level of work, the level of contracts these companies have been given, Tim, you really want to ask yourself the question, why? And so you look at Renault, who's on the Bellevue Fort Road. And Tim, I remember when Alan built the road, the concrete road from Diga to Lacouville, Paybush, all of those places. Also the road in Blanchard going up. What was done was that the small drains and those things was given to small contractors, small people around the place, so that everybody will get a little piece of the pie. And the bigger company would have come and paved the road. Okay, obviously the small man could not do that. So the bigger company did that, but the small people around the place got the jobs to do the drains and those little things around the place. So everybody got a little piece of the pie. I'm passing in Bellevue yesterday, and I'm seeing, Tim, something as simple as reinforcement of the drains, the roads, where you see where the wall break off, and they just have to put a little piece of concrete to put it back up. Renault is doing all of that. Something that a small contractor, a small mason can do. Even a helper can just put a piece of board and then fill it with concrete. You understand? Every little man can do that. And you have a big company doing all of that. You understand? Who's benefiting? The man supplying, as the man don't buy anything from any other person. He supplying himself from nails to concrete to blocks to everything. No other company in St. Lucia benefit from Renault. He's bringing his, if he does not have concrete from in V40, he will bring it from gasheries. You understand? The man, all his monies go in his bank account, and all he does is pay people peanuts as salaries. To the point where he's not getting enough people to work. That's why he had to bring down Indians.
Well, Colin, that can be challenged, Colin. I mean, we don't have the evidence to prove how much is paying those St. Lucia nationals and call it peanuts. And what would have resulted in him going overseas? Because we've heard a number of other entities saying that to get reliable people, efficient people, you sometimes have to go overseas. So we don't know. Let's not cast aspersion on the man without providing any kind of proof or evidence.
But let me just tell you, Tim, to do masonry work, it's a lot of hard work and technical work. You need to be skilled. From the time I know myself, as a little boy growing up, a mason used to get $150 in 2025 team. And I can tell you what I'm telling you because I've had people around me, my brothers, who had to go and work for him and they choose not to because the offer that they got was not 150. It was lower than that. Okay? That is not hearsay. Renault employs the most people in Niger, where I live, Mikud South. Okay? A lot of people that work in Renault come from that area there. Okay? So when you... Let's leave what you said. Let's leave that on the side. But let's just look at it. Everywhere you go in St. Lucia. Now, the man is a businessman. He's doing his money. I don't have a problem with that. You understand? But on the part of the government, how can you look at one contractor and allow him so much, basically creating a monopoly? Every little thing a small man can do, the man have it. You understand? SLP cannot govern. Now I need to put a plea outside there to these people, and I need to let SLP know, Philip J. Pierre know, please, please, please close back that dump. We do not want that dump to be reopened in Vieux Fort. Okay? We are not rubbish down there. We need him to close back that dump. Okay, because what I am seeing there, find another place to throw rubbish. What I am seeing there, I do not like it, Tim. Okay, everything that's not good is for Vieux Fort. Refusing to develop the place. Anyway, Tim.
All right, Colin.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you so much for calling. Let's see if we have another call via WhatsApp. Hello and good afternoon to you. Okay, I think we've lost the call, but continue to call once again at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let me turn my attention now to Amanda and the chat room.
Tim, someone says, what has happened to Roche and Chico since they were nominated? They have become invisible. They have stopped campaigning. Someone says there's a big difference between the UWP and SLP. People that are saying that both governments are the same are very dishonest. Another comment, the math is not mathing for this SLP government. A commentator reads, every time I listen to Mr. Shasney speak, it hurts my heart that he was not given another term. Clearly, this man is brilliant, politically savvy. This blunder might the voters responsible for the hell the country is going through. The ignorance and the selfishness is causing pain to all. Now the comments, everything is upside down but no one is protesting, but when things were better, even during a pandemic, pan bottoms were on fire. Now the comment reads, some of you Lucians living in the diaspora, leaving it up and don't know what's going on in St. Lucia, would sit down and talk bare rubbish. And in the chat room, someone says, the same Philip J. Pierre that said that the Alan Chastney government was kidding to him to say that tourism would come back to normal after COVID. Today, after COVID, that same Philip J. Pierre and his government are bragging and boasting about the high rate of cruise ship arrival in St. Lucia. And that's it for now, Taylor.
Thank you so much, Amanda. WhatsApp message. What is even more disturbing is that GPH made no investment in that deal. They took a loan from our national bank. It's alleged that the port was used as security. Now they are using the passengers' tax to pay that loan. It stinks, and it stinks bad. Not even our taxi drivers or vendors are benefiting. Yes, Tim, and we cannot develop the VA4 port. Let's take a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Tim.
Yes, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Okay, Tim. Yeah. So, Tim, ne parle pas toi parce que les bonhommes qui ne parlent pas toi.
Parlez en phone, m'attends nous bien. M'attends nous bien. M'attends nous bien assez.
L'attends-nous assez bien. Est-ce que tu m'entends à présent?
Oui.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Oui. Tim, ça m'a là. Moi, juste parce que moi, juste voulais moi en les vacances. Normalement, là, qui from l'Angleterre. Moi, c'est ici. Ça m'a demandé à moi, moi, Vali. Là, moi, voulais demander. Si vous changez avant l'élection, je te dis, il y a monté Bordelais. Et un frère qui tout le monde qui allait être small amount of marijuana. Et il y a une ou je ça comment?
Oui, moi changer ça, oui.
That's right. Et bien, Tim, je vous mets les mots écrits ça, moi, parce que moi, je viens de Vali, moi, là, après, na partie week-end là. So, moi, je me dis, combien de monde sont appuyés, dormir, elle est là, tout le monde garde, moi, il faut combien de personnes sont Bordelais, qui est small amount of marijuana. So, Tim, fais ça, mets les mots écrits ça, et s'il vous plaît.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tim. All the best.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. All the best. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, we'll be hearing from Dr. Andre Matthew. And he's really, I think you will agree with what he has to say. He has a point of view that he shared on the broadcast. We have extracted it and we'll be playing it during the course of today's NewsSpin program. Back in just a bit.
Get ready for the glitz and glamour of the Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant. Join the Fabulous Five: Danielle Allen, Miss Castry South, Cheyenne Smith, Miss Mikud South, Tyler St. Rose, Miss Babodo, Ari Asa Liwa, Miss Castry Central, and Mikhail Williams, Miss Mikud North. Who will be crowned Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant 2025 on Saturday, February 1st from 6 p.m. at the Medgar Evers College Founders Auditorium, 1650 Bedford Avenue, Brooklyn. Tickets $80 US, VIP $120 US, or call 631-275-0508. This event is sponsored by Power 97.9 FM, Four Roots Entertainment, and the Consulate General of St. Lucia, New York. A magical evening awaits. Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant 2025.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tunes. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex Customer Service Office in Castries is now open for business, but we've moved. We're now located on Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci on the ground floor of the new Carilac building. We're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out our online options first. But if you do need to come in to see us, we'll be pleased to serve you with new connections, bill queries, payments, and other service requests. Lucilex Sanssouci office, ground floor of the Carilac building. New location, same great service.
You know that feeling when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of a secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control, all so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Ouais, messieurs, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow. Si t'en la pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, me money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni toute pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pomme cette ici. Yo ka ranger pomme aussi qui besoin service. Prendre pompe yo c'est Léo. Pompe ça c'est major. I bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moi actuellement. Glo ka fante. Europa ni pompe glo Léo ada pour les nerfs, joints et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
Take control of your health at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay, Groselet. We offer state-of-the-art diagnostic services including our advanced full-body MRI scans. Did you know cancers affect millions but are curable when detected early? Our full-body MRI is radiation-free, painless, and highly accurate. It detects cancer early, spots hidden illnesses, and uses advanced technology to ensure you get the best care possible. At La Clinique du Corps, we prioritize your health and peace of mind. Our highly skilled team provides personalized care in a comfortable and welcoming environment. Protect your health and secure a healthier tomorrow with our comprehensive diagnostic solutions. Book your full-body MRI today and take the first step towards a healthier future. Call us at 451-6559. Your health is our priority at La Clinique du Corps.
It's the Tile Thursday specials. The sale you've been waiting for is finally here, happening this Thursday at the Tile Gallery. Whether you're renovating your kitchen, bathroom, or updating your entire home, don't miss out on the chance to save big on high-quality tiles that will elevate any space. Mark your calendars for Tile Thursday specials, the last Thursday of every month. You can save up to 50% off on selected tiles. Located at M&C Home Depot in Sunville. Hurry in! These amazing deals are in-store only, and supplies are limited, so be sure to grab yours while you can. Remember, Tile Thursday only happens once a month, so don't miss out. Visit the Tile Gallery this Thursday. See in-store for details.
Essie, don't tell me that tire flat again. I just changed that tire.
Wait, what? You just changed that tire?
Well, I bought a used one because you didn't give me enough money.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? Chivi's Tire Shop only carry brand new quality tires at affordable prices with free installation.
Hey, it seems you're working at Chivi's Tire Shop. How you know all that?
Come on, Brenda. The tire shop down the road from our home in the American Drywall Building.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, you know what, Patrick? Let's go there right now. Take your wallet. Let's go.
Shivi's Tire Shop, located at the American Drywall Building, Vic Boutte. Call or WhatsApp 584-5986. Shivi's Tire Shop. Pay less, drive more.
The highest office in the land is that of citizen. It is higher than the office of President, Governor General, Prime Minister. The highest office in the land is that of citizen. It is higher than the office of President, Governor General, Prime Minister.
I like how Sir Ralph Gonsalves, Prime Minister of St. Vincent, put it when he said that the highest office in any democracy is that of the citizen. When we think about ourselves as citizens, we have to think of 180,000 board members who run this country, and we, the 180,000, we elect or we choose, however you want to think of it, somebody who is the head, almost like a general manager, to run the country for us, get a team together, and they are supposed to be reporting to us all the time. The idea that you will have a prime minister, a minister for national security be called up, about a case of somebody who got killed, somebody who got murdered, and I mean nowadays the murders are terrible, and does not give a response but makes some kind of assertion that, well, it's his father was the police. I mean, treat it lightly. We as board members have to say to him the following day, no, it doesn't work that way. We have allowed politicians to escape with thinking that they can just do whatever and it will be okay tomorrow, it will be okay next year. No, I think it's about time that we make our politicians understand that no, they have to answer to a higher standard. And I'll pause as I use the word standard to say that's another word that I'm very happy to hear persons in their 30s use. Because when we start to talk about standards, a lot of things will change. The paradigm shift we're looking for will happen simply because we are requiring certain levels of quality, certain kinds of behavior, certain ethics. When we start to require standards in a lot of what happens in our daily experience, and more so in our politics, I believe we'll start to experience a difference in Russia.
So somebody says in the chat room, this was the only thing that doctor said that made some sense. I knew that some of you would have applauded him for making that observation. 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026, and over to you, Amanda, and the chat room.
A commenter reads, the SLP government can't think big or do things on a grand scale for the future development of the country. That is why only T-boutique projects they do. That's why they called the box a monstrosity. That is why Joachim Henry can say they have to reduce the size of the community centers they are going to build in the future, not realizing that the community centers are also used as hurricane shelters. SLP thinks too T-boutique to govern. Another comment, Roche Clark, please answer your name. Some people think that you have gone quiet on the ground since your nomination. Someone says that this GPH deal alone should have been enough reason why SLP should never be re-elected. The health scare they have created in St. Lucia is another reason, and the deplorable state of our roads is another. But the sad thing is there are fools, even educated and intelligent ones, who ought to know better, but will still vote them in. And another comment here reads, wish everyone in St. Lucia would realize that is a fact. We are the ones that hire these politicians. That's it for me for now.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Still to come, some more updates from Amanda regarding some of the comments that you are making in the chat room. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Somebody says there, I see no difference between St. Lucia politics and that of the U.S. and the mess we are enduring as of now. The U.S. policies as of the 21st of January 2025 moving forward, and that of St. Lucia from 2021 puts us in limbo. The government does not care about the people who put them in power to take care of our needs. I do not know which one to choose. It is bad. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Somebody says there, Tim, pass on that message for me. 4 guys robbed me. They took my phone and wallet with $150 ID, ATM card. If anyone found a black wallet with my documents, please call me at 713-9653. That's 713-9653. And you need to provide us with further information such as your name, etc. Okay, so provide us with your name and also where you were born, your residence, and things of that nature. That if somebody comes across your wallet, they will be able to get it back to you. Once again, somebody says that they were robbed of some $150 and they have the ATM card in the black wallet with documents. And if you found that wallet with the documents, please call 713-9653. Let's see if you have a call in the landline. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Hi. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Tim, when you're building a house, what's the 2 most important things in the house, Tim?
Well, for me, the foundation is very important. And the roof.
Okay, the roof of the... Well, I look at it differently, Tim. I look at the kitchen and your toilet. That is the 2 most important things anywhere in the world. Food and for you to throw your waste. Now you cannot tell me a place you're going to take waste from Castries and send it down to Beaufort. I will not accept that tip. The very same way I will not have. I live in Beaufort myself, but to me, Beaufort and Sozel and these places supposed to have their own dumping ground where you could, because waste is one of the #1 priority in anyone's life. You know, even on a ship, they give you the best, the luxurious, dining area. But the most important thing on a ship for the IMO or the U.S. Coast Guard is where you're getting rid of your waste. And for people to mention that they should open the dump, close the dump. I am not playing politics to that. I'm looking at it on a straight victim. This is about our country. If there is no place in Beaufort, I'm not saying where they throw in the rubbish presently is a very good place. But they could locate somewhere even better, more secure, that is away from the people, because where they throw in the trash is not too far from my place. You understand him? But at the same time, we need to make sure that every commune, every town is supposed to have its own waste site. You understand? And Tim, that is what I have to share this afternoon.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Once again, 716-2026. With regard to the head tax issue that you just heard from the leader of the parliamentary opposition, that's an issue that he would have raised this week during a press conference of his party. My information is that the cruise lines were notified on the 30th of April 2024 via a letter from the office of the Prime Minister about the increase in the head tax as of the 1st of this month, 2025. And the government deciding to increase the in-transit passenger fee, and that is from US $5 per passenger on board to US $10. The environmental levy has been set at $1.50 per passenger since 1996 and is scheduled for an increase to US $2.50. And of course, that came into effect as of the 1st of this month. Let's see if we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Timothy Poleon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you.
And good afternoon to Amani.
Amanda.
Good afternoon.
Amanda,
caller.
okay, sorry. Timothy.
Yes, sir.
I watching things happening. I watching Trinidad happening, going down. The chief of police getting arrested and different things happening. I want that to be an example for our chief of police in St. Lucia. I'm not saying that he's doing anything wrong, but it's an example for the Caribbean that all the policemen, sergeant, corporal, I want them to check themselves. That's number one. Number two, the chief of police, I give him a high praise. I give him about 70% for the way Central Castle is running now, of the way the police, that mobile patrol thing. I find the corporal or the inspector, whoever they put to in charge, that thing doing a very good work. I give him the round of applause for that. Big respect. But Timothy, you see the ministers and them that getting rich overnight. I want the other fellas that has come on the media or do that have their shows that has talk about where people get things, how they get money, how they could do this and how they could do that. I want them to come and explain too for me. Because if I myself want to put a bank account, if I have more than $10,000, I want to know where getting it from. All kind of drama. But like the ministers, they could come in for 100,000 and like, boom, let me go. Yes, let me go, because it's who you know. And so who in charge of the whole system of St. Lucia? Labour Party. You go so Labour Party. You go so Labour Party. If you go for a yellow shoot, you have a problem. But as Papi show, they have something they call equal right and justice. People have the right to vote for who they want, support their party, because those now that in Labour was in Flabo. So if you decide to be a Flabo, nobody is supposed to be want to cut your bread off or do give you a little work or victimize your son or victimize your daughter. These things don't make sense, and that is exactly what happened in our country. Poor of the poor. That's what we is, Poor of the poor. Taxing us, poor of the poor, and crime. That's what happened to us in our country. But I want to send that message to the Prime Minister. Put your head up. You said anybody under your watch that doing anything illegal will be hold accountable. The fellas in your parliament, the ministers, you see things not going the way. Fellas just out of the blue, they just have a sum of money doing what they want. Now it's a ledger that I know they can't sue me. I don't have no money, they can't sue me. But I want the Prime Minister.
But they can take legal action against me. But they can take legal action against me. They can take legal action against this radio station. So be extremely careful.
No, but I say it's alleged. Listen to me why going well. I say it's alleged.
Alleged
so I don't want you to be in trouble.
Yeah, alleged doesn't always protect you, caller. Continue.
Okay, well, all right. Well, I withdraw my statement. So all I want to see is the Prime Minister put his head up and pull them fellas in and ask them where they get in that kind of thing to do what they're doing. That's my contribution this afternoon.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And let me see, while we wait your calls, if I have any more of your WhatsApp messages to go through. Somebody says via WhatsApp, garbage to be back in VA4. Tell PJP when burning of garbage in this area, the comprehensive secondary school has to send the children home. The stadium would be infested with flies and the smoke will kill the patients faster. PJP, use your common sense. We have a call on the WhatsApp platform. Good afternoon, you're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hey, Mr. Tim, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah. So, I don't know how, like when you go to ministries, like transport board, you apply for you do your exam, you get your certificate for your TX. It's so hard. Sure, we do say your transport board and also your tourism. When you check, it's who you know in the country. They give you once in every 6 TX plate. They don't want get it, and those are trying not to get nothing.
Oh, we lost the caller. All right. Thank you so much for your contribution, sir. We hope whatever is affecting you, the authorities will take note and try to remedy it. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message. I live in an area where garbage days are supposed to be Saturdays and Tuesdays, and the waste collection is never on these days. The animals are littering the neighborhood. And another WhatsApp message. It says there, I prefer the United Workers' Party to be in power because the amount of pressure that SLP supporters put on them ensures inevitably that they are held to a very high standard in how they approach running the country. When the SLP is in power, Labour supporters do not do the same. They just allow the country to fall to pieces and they don't say a word. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message to go through. Somebody says there, Tim, SLASMA has increased the parking rates at the airport. If you park there for less than an hour, you pay $5. It used to be $3. That's ridiculous because you can't see what the monies are being used for. The parking lots is still the same. Another WhatsApp message. So what's the point of the trucks which carry the garbage from VA4 to Deglu every day? Another one reads, that's a WhatsApp. It's unfortunate that we are finding it impossible to brief or question the present administration on matters of concern. There are so many allegations involving irregularities by the SLP members of parliament currently circulating, and this cannot be verified due to the unavailability of the transparency promised by the ruling administration. One now wonders what other form of discourse we the people can resort to in light of this alarming impasse. Since Dr. Matthew is in agreement with Dr. Gonzalez's statement regarding the highest office in the land, then why don't Dr. Matthew take heed in what this Democratic court indicates by taking to the streets? Let's see if we have some comments in the chat room. Amanda.
Someone says here, he doesn't have to be in politics to do that. For example, he could do so with regards to our healthcare system. Another comment, how can there be a commission with no members? This is insanity. Someone says, it's sad that the Labour and their supporters accuse the former government of building a box in the name of the new St. Jude's Hospital. But this same Labour government and their supporters haven't seen the box that will be constructed next to the cathedral. Another comment, isn't the dump in the south at its capacity? To me, that's why they were trucking the garbage to the north. Why are we now sending garbage back to the south? Shake my head. Someone says, so instead of developments in VA4, they are sending them garbage. Another commentary reads, until the voters realize all the powers are in their hands and not the politicians, only then we will be able to change things. The public needs to be proactive, speak up more and gossip less. And someone here says, we do not have that level of intelligence to understand that we the citizens are the highest office in the land. Our problem is this country. Our problem in this country is us, the citizens. I rest my case. Another comment, as of late, UWP is attacking reps in districts that are strongly supporting Labour. Grozile and Castries Central make it make sense. There is no strategy. Another comment, caller, if you were in the wilderness for over 20 odd years and you become PM, where you are living the life, would you question your ministers on the allegations leveled at them? My friends, wishful thinking. And that's it for me, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Some more reports coming from Amanda with regard to the comments in the chat room. And of course, I'll be entertaining some more of your calls at 452-2979 and your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilec's remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640, or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
You know that feeling when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control. All so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
It's the Tile Thursday specials. The sale you've been waiting for is finally here, happening this Thursday at the Tile Gallery. Whether you're renovating your kitchen, bathroom, or updating your entire home, don't miss out on the chance to save big on high-quality tiles that will elevate any space. Mark your calendars for Tile Thursday specials, the last Thursday of every month. You can save up to 50% off on selected tiles. Located at M&C Home Depot in Sunville. Hurry in! These amazing deals are in-store only, and supplies are limited, so be sure to grab yours while you can. Remember, Tile Thursday only happens once a month, so don't miss out. Visit the Tile Gallery this Thursday. See in-store for details.
It is well known by all St. Lucian professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns, all at unbeatable jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massat Grosile. Europa, we service what we sell.
Take control of your health at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay, Grosile. We offer state-of-the-art diagnostic services including our advanced full-body MRI scans. Did you know cancers affect millions but are curable when detected early? Our full-body MRI is radiation-free, painless, and highly accurate. It detects cancer early, spots hidden illnesses, and uses advanced technology to ensure you get the best care possible. At La Clinique de Corps, we prioritize your health and peace of mind. Our highly skilled team provides personalized care in a comfortable and welcoming environment. Protect your health and secure a healthier tomorrow with our comprehensive diagnostic solutions. Book your full-body MRI today and take the first step towards a healthier future. Call us at 451-6559. Your health is our priority at La Clinique de Corps.
Get ready for the glitz and glamour of the Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant. Join the Fabulous Five: Danielle Allen, Miss Castry South, Cheyenne Smith, Miss Mikud South, Tyler St. Rose, Miss Babodo, Ari Asa Liwa, Miss Castry Central, and Mikhail Williams, Miss Mikud North. Who will be crowned? Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant 2025 on Saturday, February 1st from 6 p.m. at the Medgar Evers College Founders Auditorium, 1650 Bedford Avenue, Brooklyn. Tickets $80 US, VIP $120 US, or call 631-275-0508. This event is sponsored by Power 97.9 FM, Four Roots Entertainment, and the Consulate General of St. Lucia, New York. A magical evening awaits. Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant 2025.
You're watching and listening to the most monitored talk show in the world. It is called NewsSpin. Time now for a WhatsApp message. If Dr. Andre Matthew wanted to give Alan Shastney a leadership contest, he should have done so after the 2021 election. He cannot come now to stir up trouble when the UWP has exposed all mismanagement by the SLP, such as crime, health, high cost of living, etc. He is attempting to throw red meat to the SLP at the expense of the UWP. He should consider giving PJP a leadership contest instead, as this is where St. Lucia's problem lies. And let's see if we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Timothy.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, my friend.
Good afternoon to you, sir. Long time I haven't heard from you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Amanda.
Good afternoon, caller.
So I there, you know, bro. I there. I was just listening rather than getting somebody else contribute. But anyway, Tim, let me first start by saying, like, I stand in solidarity with the Lucian people, and I find St. Lucians to be a very resilient bunch of people, because I was home in December, Tim, and let me tell you, $20 cannot block a whole team. $20, Tim, cannot block a hole.
Remember a few years ago, we could have blocked a hole with $5, eh?
That was a fast too. That was a lie also, Tim. $20, Tim, cannot block a whole team. So I went to Massey with my mom, Tim, just for the experience, Tim. And an approximate $700 later, Tim, we walked out with 2 grocery bags. And I asked myself, how do St. Lucian people even survive, Tim? And then it dawned upon me, Tim, that as much as we frown upon drug smuggling and say we have to strengthen our borders, if these young men did not venture out to places like St. Vincent and Martinique to bring in the euro dollars, Tim, our country would have already tanked. If we did not have foreigners who send remittances, Tim, and barrels, and so on and so forth, Tim, would be worse than countries like Somalia and Afghanistan, you know, Tim. And I know people frown upon those young men for going out to sea, and those who cannot fish for drugs, Tim. But, Tim, I have to applaud them, Tim. I know my opinions are always people's, but Tim, they have no other way, Tim. And I am speaking especially for the youth of Vieux-Fort South and the youth of Vieux-Fort North and Labrie. Those are the places that I am familiar with, Tim. I am from Vieux-Fort North, Tim. I was there, Tim. Tim, the amount of young men who have nothing to do, absolutely nothing, Tim, because the government, the current government, SLP, Tim, don't believe in industrialization, Tim. They don't build factories. They don't believe in building anything to employ the youth. And then they go around and stigmatize places like ITEL and Ojo Labs when the Alan Shastney administration was trying something, Tim. And the people down there, Tim, even the educated ones, Tim, are so blind, Tim. They're so politically blind. The minute you bring up that SLP is doing nothing for them, oh, sir, Alan Shastney is like, Tim, I don't have no other way to call it but the jackassity. So here I am again, appealing to the youth of Vieux-Fort South and Vieux-Fort North and Labrie. We need a change outside of the Labour government. We need a change outside of Labour. It's not when the government give you $200 and $300 for you to feel like you're okay. And these people don't really understand. Okay, Labour said they're going to give you XYZ raise to whoever divided by 6 years. That's only 2.5. They just say, 20% increase. Oh, the government giving us $500. Oh, they're giving us our back pay. But that's your money. They don't sit down and really look into, like, Tim, I don't know, my thinking was clear right before I called you, but I have just gotten I get so angry every time I sit down and I reason with somebody from either V4 North and V4 South about our current situation. They seem to be so politically blind. They are against a cruise ship port in V4 because Kenny Anthony, the butcher of V4, seemed to have told them that development for V4 South is not good for V4 South. Now you have, again, it's forcing these young people into prostitution and all sorts of illegal activity. But Tim, if you give me 6 months, I can fix St. Lucia,
Where would you start?
6 months of, where would I start?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Tim, I would legalize marijuana so you can start planting marijuana to export and so on and so forth. That's something that will really engage the youth as opposed to farming dashing and bananas and then we have no market. The international marijuana market is wide open now, okay? Because all we have in St. Lucia, as I always say, is 2 mountains and a sulfur. People don't want to come to that every time. People want to travel to have fun. I would open up a casino, okay, where you have gambling, horse racing. People want to travel for entertainment. That would do wonders for our local entertainers. Imagine an artist like Sly performing Saturday night. Then you have Ampa Sunday night. Then you have following weekend Ricky T. You get the drift, Tim. Tim, it will stimulate and boost our economy, Tim. It's going to create so much, Tim. And then plus the legalization of marijuana, Tim. You'll have ganja cafes. People will come from all over the world, Tim, just to sample it, Tim. And I have a more even drastic idea. Just like Portugal, you decriminalize small portions of all illicit drugs. It might sound far-fetched, like crazy for people to understand, but that's what people travel for, Tim. Our only resource really is our human resource, Tim. If we don't have a built environment for the people, Tim, people will not come. People will not come over and over and over. All we have is tourism. And what do we offer our tourists? 2 mountains and a sulfur spring, Tim. No entertainment, nothing of value in that sort. Tim, the young girls already prostitute themselves for nothing. We need to legalize prostitution too. We need to get our minds out of that Christian morality and these moral entrepreneurs who say, oh, it's gonna bring crime, and we already have crime, Tim. All the things we want to fight against, we already have it happen illegally, Tim. Okay? So why not capitalize on it legally where the government can tax sex trade workers, open up ganja cafes, tax those, and then we can export our marijuana on the international market, Tim. It's going to stimulate our economy. It's going to get the youth interested in planting and growing. You understand what I mean, Tim?
I'm listening to you, caller. Something that we can explore in terms of discussing during the course of next week's broadcast. But time is against us, all right?
Anyways,
we have to continue your contribution. We have a final call via WhatsApp. Let's see. The Rick Wayne is online. We just lost him there, but we'll try to see if we could get his contribution in just a moment. So, Amanda, just listening to this caller say that we should legalize prostitution as a young lady. What's your reaction to this?
I don't support it. As a young lady myself, I don't believe that the only way as a young lady to get a source of funding, a source of income is through selling your body. And I don't know, he tried to make it even worse by saying forget about that Christianity type of thinking. You cannot tell people to, stop believing in what they believe because you believe in something else. I believe in the Lord, and I think prostitution is wrong, and if anyone who encourages it, then that's just ungodly. So for me, that's a no-no.
All right, but it sounds taboo, but isn't it already happening in St. Lucia?
It is happening, but
it's already happening.
Whoever does that's their choice.
I don't think it will make a difference if you legalize prostitution.
Yeah, but not because people are doing it, that means we should encourage it.
No, but that will not be encouraging it. If you legalize prostitution, does not mean somebody will have all their values and their moral standings and so on, and turpitude and all that. They will go ahead and prostitute their bodies just because it is legalized?
I just don't support what he said. I don't know.
Okay. All right, let's see there. Who is on the line? Let's see if we can get Rick Wayne on the line because he was trying to get the broadcast just moments ago. Let's see if we can call him and put him on the air. A few seconds from now, he should be taking that call so that we could hear from him. Normally, he likes to call very early to make his contribution on the broadcast. Okay, we are unable to get him at this time, but also, let's go through some of the comments in the chat room. Amanda?
A commentary reads, we need a Freedom of Information Act like yesterday. Let's turn on the lights on corruption. Another comment, the Marshall Boulevard has the world's largest fish feeding program. Someone says, Tim, where is the NewsSpin poet? Another comment, tell Dr. Matthew the Green Party needs a leader. Someone replied to this saying, I respect Dr. Matthew. We should respect anyone that wants to choose different from Labour or UWP. Another comment, Lucian people do not know what they want or what is good for them. They only complain. No matter what party is in power, they still complain. Lord, put a hand. And someone here says, don't be saying that people in the diaspora don't know what is happening in St. Lucia. We show more interest than those back home.
All right, somebody says via WhatsApp, I can now open up a brothel. Money, LOL. Okay, let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says the last caller seems to be adding more fuel to the existing fire, though his opening comment sounded against the ongoing problems in the neighboring islands. And let's see again. We have Rick Wayne on the line. Good afternoon to you, Rick. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon to you, Rick. You're on the air.
Every time about this, every election season, we get these bright ideas shortly before elections about a third party, about all you've been hearing here this morning, right?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? Every election you hear it, and in between elections, like the first year after an election, the second or third, you hear nothing about that. But right on the eve of election, somebody comes up with the need for a third party.
That's because we are last minute. Everything is last minute for us.
Yeah.
And because the impression has been given that a third political force in St. Lucia cannot be effective. If immediately after general election, let's say the 2021 general election, Rick, a group of well-meaning individuals and individuals who can be taken seriously, we're not talking about fly-by-night wannabe politicians and so on, but individuals who have a track record, first of all, who have evidently demonstrated that they love their country, who have the passion, the zeal, the momentum. I am sure they could be taken seriously by the St. Lucian public. But at the last moment, to be coming up with such recommendations, people will not be taken seriously.
Last night, Tim, last evening, I had the great pleasure of taking a call from a pretty bright young doctor, not the one you had. And he's always been interested in politics, and I think he loves his country from our various conversations. And it got to the point last night where he expressed disenchantment with both parties, which is to say, the leading people in this country, the people who have had a shot at leading this country, he thinks they should be set aside because they've done nothing but harm to the country, from economically and otherwise. That's his view. Okay? So I said to him, just throw some names at me. We know almost everybody here. Throw some names at me. Timmy could not throw one name at me that he himself had to admit had been tried, tested, and wanted in various positions, including shifting affiliations from one party to another. He couldn't find one. So I said, well, let's stretch our minds and think of maybe there's somebody in the bush, somebody hidden away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I couldn't come up with one, and neither could he. So he talked about system changes and so on. And I asked who's going to man the system. And he talked about great need for new education. And I asked him, well, what exactly would that education be, considering we're on the brink of AI, artificial intelligence? We have no idea what that means, how it's going to educate people. Are we going to be staffed by robots? Will doctors themselves will be replaced by robots, because we're getting very close to that already, and lawyers? Even the professions of the law.
Well, the robots will not the robots will not replace your medical professionals, right? Your medical doctors, because there are certain, for example, you have certain operations that require a certain level of precision that only a doctor might be able to perform. Okay, so no. Under AI, AI will be able to assist a medical doctor, but to take over, I don't envisage this happening.
Jim, I have read up a lot about the potential of AI and followed a number of discussions. And there's a serious school of thought in the school of medicine that some of the most delicate operations that cost a whole bunch and take forever will be handled by artificial intelligence in ways that no doctor can do it. That's where we are at.
But conversely, but Rick, conversely also, there are certain operations require a level of precision that AI, based on what I've read, hold on, based on what I've read as well, will necessitate the inclusion of the services of a doctor, a human being.
I'm not arguing against any of that, Tim. I'm just telling you what people are talking about in the real world, what writers are writing about, what people are holding lectures on, what the colleges and universities are saying, with potential pro and con of AI. I'm not an expert. I can just tell you the subjects in relation to AI, how big a subject it is, and how much time is being spent on it. In the meantime, we're talking as if this is 1964. That's my point. So even professions like medicine and lawyering and so on are under the cloud, potentially, of AI. Food for thought and discussion. So when we expect we down here to start predicting even the kind of education we need, your education has to have some relevance to the world, Tim. Okay? And the state of education as it is right now, who is going to be doing the educating? What are we educating them for? Et cetera, et cetera. The last caller you had a while ago there, he was talking about solving the problems of the country with marijuana. Okay? That might not be such a far-fetched idea. If you get everybody doped up, maybe people will just cool out and see what they want to see.
But it's not a novel idea as well, because this thing has been discussed on so many occasions and so many talk shows.
I was about to ask you. In fact, it has been discussed from 75.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, where are we now with industrial marijuana? Where are we?
Well, we had a body that's recently set up. I think it's the RSA, the Regulatory Services Authority. and they are meeting to put various measures in place so that this sector can be properly, or the industry can be properly regulated. Because I think, in all fairness to the authorities in St. Lucia, that is what has prevented them from legalizing or liberalizing the use of marijuana and putting it to various purposes. They want to be extremely careful with regard to some of the pitfalls that can emerge.
Jim, I'm not pushing or speaking against this, I am saying that all we do here is talk and find excuses for the consultation, which I keep on saying is the illusion of inclusion. That's what consultation is. We've been on marijuana and its virtues from 1975. I'm not saying I'm promoting. I'm just saying governmentally, we've been talking about marijuana and its potential for the economy and everything from 1975. And we are in 2024 right now, and we're still doing the same talking as with everything else. And I know your time is short. So I heard somebody was talking to you a while ago about in a democracy, and she said St. Lucia should be run by, as it were, consider the citizens a board and all that kind. Everything he said rested on in a democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think the first thing we have to establish is a democracy?
And we don't have a democracy, Rick? Is that what you're saying? We don't have a democracy? Okay. All right, Rick. Thank you so much. To be continued. I'm sure we'll continue the discussion next week. And I have so many of your WhatsApp messages. I will be going through them next week as well, God willing. I don't know if you have any brief comments from the chat room you want to go through.
Just a few, yeah. Someone says the city of Castro is in the worst state than it has ever been before. The whole sideways are in a mess. Don't ask for the boulevard. That has been touched in over 40 years, and when it rains, the surface turns into something more slippery than glass. Another comment, absolute nonsense. Look at Malaysia as an example to develop St. Lucia, a country of similar size and resources, but under much better leadership. Somebody says legalize the bomb. Another comment, the main idea behind the invention of AI, and it is to replace human in every sector of profession.
Thank you so much for that update, Amanda. And let me turn my attention now to our NewsSpin News of the Day. The NewsSpin News of the Day reads, China building world's largest military command center to protect leaders in case of nuclear war. China building world's largest military command center to protect leaders in case of nuclear war. Our NewsSpin News of the Day bringing to a conclusion today and as well as this week's NewsSpin broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Here's to a very enjoyable and safe weekend. Join us on Monday afternoon, same time at 12:30. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.